Good morning to all Elliott wave traders and welcome to another Markets and Waves. In today's video, we're going to have a quick look on euro dollar, then the pound dollar as well, as we looked at those two yesterday. And then we're going to have a quick look also on dollar against yen, dollar CAD and S&P. Starting off with the euro dollar, not much changed from where we left yesterday. We've had this 1 and 2 internally, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ending, and now I'm looking at the correction to end in the sub-minute wave over here. That is not, we cannot say it's just internally, should be the pink one. So we can look at this to end in some sort of different scenarios in mind, because as you can understand, we've got just like the first leg down now, could be an ABC, and then we'll continue higher. Could be, well, ABC, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to make an expanding flat. Or could even be a case where, we've already finished. And this is a W, X, and Y. But I would really doubt that is the case, at least for that particular W, X, and Y. Because usually W, X, and Y is a correction that goes down initially and then has a deep correction in the opposite direction of the counter trend, and then we see another leg down, of course reaching levels that the previous first wave couldn't reach. So I'm looking here at this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 haven't been done, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this is what I'm waiting to finish anywhere between 121.85 and 122.75. You might say this is a very big range, but it's true, guys. I mean, if there is one thing that is the hardest thing to project, I would say in Elliott waves, is where wave 3 is going to extend to. Usually it's the 1618, but since we have a multi-structural move up here, I would say that anywhere between the 2 and 2618 is very possible. So that's the quick update on euro dollar. On the pound dollar, I was expecting the 141.20. Prices actually have gone a little bit higher than that. And to me, you probably know why. 17th of May, Boris Johnson's announced an ease on the lockdown measures. Anyway, we're looking at technicals here, not fundamentals as much. So what I would be looking really closely, it would be the 141.82 or whatever that is, the previous wave 2. Okay, prices could still get there. What I'm looking for now is that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for wave 1, perhaps. Then 2, that's 3, that's 4, and then we're going to get a short 5. It's possible, and that will be wave Y, because we could be looking at this interaction over here, meaning that wave 1 is here, which gives us a little bit more room to move to the upside before we start moving lower. But you know that I've been a bit bearish on pound, as yesterday expressed the same as well. If we break above that level, I will start putting in the game my bullish scenario as well, which we're going to bring over and expose over here once we break that level. Until then, I don't find any reason to do that. Just keep in mind that that level is quite important, not from a breakout perspective or a change in the change of the scenario. I would say probably a change in the probabilities. Okay, so that's also for the pound quickly there. Dollar against yen, we talked about it the week before I left. So we're looking at wave 3, we're expecting wave 4, and then wave 5 for more upside over here. That looks like an ABC to me, which means either we end it here and we're going to move higher, or and this is what I'm looking most likely be the case as well, because of the corrective nature of this move to the upside. I mean, one could say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've had a 5 over here, and that's the wave 1, and that's 2, and then we're going to continue high. This indeed, but I look at these as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 waves. So it would make more sense if it's an ABC rather than you know, a 5-wave move to the upside. This is mainly the reason over here, this interaction. One could say it could be flat, running flat, but if that is the case, then you've really got trouble to call a 3-wave move in here, okay, from the low to that high. That's the problem here. So I'm looking at this as W, X, and Y. We call the upside first of all, then we call the decline second of all, and now we're calling that another upside, which might be also supported by the RSI over here and the MACD, as you can see. In both cases, I would say maybe not the RSI as much. We might get another leg down, the RSI says, but the MACD says I'm happy with what's happened with that correction. That's an ABC, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Perhaps we're going to get the other wave up. There'll be a leading diagonal 1, 2, A, B, and C. Okay. Now, due to this structure, of course, the RSI could be right in the end, which means that's you know, ABC, and that's W, X, and we're going to get a Y, and then we're going to move one more time down to complete wave X before we move all the way up, which means internally we will have another W, X, and Y in wave X. And from there, we're looking at the 110.22. Okay, but do note the signals on the MACD and RSI are biased to the upside. So I would really pay attention to what's happened if we get to 109.20, what happens once we get there? Okay, because that's the 50 Fibonacci of the downside leg, and we've also done the 61 Fibonacci of the downside leg. Okay, so we can still remain a bit cautious, because it could even be a case where that's an ABC, we ended X over here, and now we're going to get you know, that is no, I wouldn't like that. That's probably for W, X, and Y. It could be a case where if we're going to finish Y, it could be a case where this is 1, then that's going to be 2, then it's going to be 3, 4, and 5 for lane diagonal. It could be different scenarios, but let's just not jump to those low probability scenarios for now. Dollar against CAD, we've been tracking this for a while. Everybody was calling for a bullish reversal. I was calling for a bearish continuation. We've now got this, especially after wave 4 was in, and we called it. Looks like to me that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Waves 3 and 5 seem to be identical. Wave 2 in. And due to the structure so far on the downside, it looks like to me that is a 5, which means it can only be 1. It cannot be wave 3, obviously it's too small to be wave 3. It could be a case, but we really want to see wave 3 being at least equal to 1 or extended. So I'm thinking this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for 3, then 4, and then 5, about 117.41. Okay, I will be really paying attention to the 119.80. Of course, the previous low of 120.38 as well. Now, what's with the 120.38, and I've got a support level over here, is that this, as you well know, I've been looking at this as it's an ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now, the high over here does not surpass the high over here in the long term, which means it can only be a regular flat, right? Now, this over here, guys, 120.38 is where wave A ended. Okay, so wave C supposedly has to end over here. Okay, so as you can see, we're still far from ending wave 5 down here, because we have not even done wave 3. Okay, and eternally we've got more structures. Now, if we get a reversal over here, I think we're going to get a bounce in either case. But if we get a reversal, then I really need to recount all this and look at the downside much shorter. because that would really make a difference. It would probably mean that the count is wrong all the way back. Now, if we break that level, and I still have that as an impulse on the downside, right? It could be a case where we're going to have to revisit again, because the ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the moment we'll break over here, that will have to become an ABC as well, right? So it will be a W, X, and Y. It wouldn't be a flat any longer, which means I'm going to have to change all the downside leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 3 is over here, to an ABC. So A would be where wave 1 is, 2 would be where wave 2 is, and C would be where wave 3 is. Okay, so 117.41, 119.96. Long term, medium to short, and short. Okay, with corrections, of course, expected. And that was the one for the dollar. Actually, let's quickly check what's going on with MACD and the RSI. Yeah, you can assume, yeah, there's no signals, mainly for continuation. I would want to see a better signal for a correction, to be fair. So I'll be expecting another leg down first. And last, S&P. S&P, we haven't revisited for a while as well. I mean, since you know, last time we saw it, it's been probably more than 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got 1, 2, and 3 up here, and we've already got an interaction with wave, well, the wave moving down, which would be 4, because one would say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which makes me think, I know it might be too early to call this, but it's still a possibility. It might be an ending diagonal in the making. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what we're going to get. Cycle 3, primary 5 ending, then another move down and another move up. I'm expecting this to end around the 46.15. Okay. Now, in the shorter term, when can we expect to go? We can expect to, well, we've done the 1 and 2 over here. And looks like, you know, the 1618 is at 42.82. Now, internally, okay, internally we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here as well. So internally we've got a 5-wave structure, which means wave 3 is probably finished up here. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get 1, 2, you know, if we get wave 3 moving up here at 1618 and 42.82, because we can see this also as 1, 2. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 3, then 4, and then 5. Okay, which means, you know, wave 4 and 5, yes. So which means wave 3 could be here, and then we could get a correction down here. We're going to have a triple bottom at around 41.20 or so, and then a continuation to the upside to you know, to take out wave 3, then 4 and 5. But these are the, we're just, you know, losing our head in the semantics here. What I will be looking, of course, is the short term to see what's happening between those two boundaries over here, the 42.42 and the 41.25. Once we get those, we should be able to get more signals. The RSI and the MACD in the meantime don't really provide much apart from a short-term correction over here, which could be, as I said, like a signal in wave 2, or perhaps a continuation to the downside for a deeper correction, or for a double bottom over here, triple bottom for wave, it would be 4, to be fair. Okay, so guys, this will be all for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, please don't hesitate to comment. But please, if you have any objections, back it up with some of your analysis. Thanks for watching, and speak to you soon.